Hey, hi, hello, welcome to my channel, Write with Cass, and this vlog is just going to be my writing journey over the past 3 months from October to December, and I hope you guys will come along on that journey with me. So to catch you guys up to speed of why I didn't just vlog for the past 3 months and just decided to kind of wrap it all into one, I moved, which took up a good portion of it. I had an internship, I was trying to get my in-person job up off the ground, so it's been kind of just a crazy past couple months. The move was definitely the most chaotic part of the whole past few months, so now that we settled in and mostly unpacked, things are kind of getting back to normal. I did continue to write when I could. I actually kept my list of word counts and the dates when I remembered to actually include it. So I did write and I did kind of keep track of my word count because I was curious, and I gave myself permission to just write. Just go ahead, and even if I don't get it all on camera or every update on camera, that I will just write and I will come back after the move and I will let you guys know. And that is what I did. So I hope you guys enjoy the chaoticness of these past 3 months. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys something, and that would be my outline. Got it all printed out and ready to use. It is 47 pages long after I shrunk the font and the spacing in between the lines, and I'm excited to jump right into writing and getting to work on this project. It's been so exciting just working on the outline. I can't imagine how fulfilling finishing this draft will be. It's been a long time coming, and you know what? We're gonna get it done. I've got to get it done. That being said, I'm really looking forward to working on the rest of this book with you guys, and I'm giving myself the rest of the year to just work on this. I just hit 50,000 words. 50,143 words. I had to jump on here real quick and say that I hit the 50K mark because that's always really exciting. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Hello everyone, I wanted to update you guys. So I'm at 58,107 words currently, which is really exciting that I'm so close to 60,000. I wanted to give you guys a little insight as to where I'm at. So I'm having a bit of a difficult time because the scenes that I'm currently working on, this section, is not coming together the way I wanted it to. I did have one idea that popped in my head that I will be adding in. For the most part, it's not coming together the way I wanted it to, and I know I'm in full control of what I'm writing, and I think because today I'm very tired and there's a lot going on with potentially moving, and I just have a lot of side projects going on right now, that the words and it's just the flow of it is not coming out like I wanted it to, which is a bit disheartening, but I'm trying to keep my head up and looking at the bright side of it of I'm still writing, I'm still adding words in between writing sessions. There's not as much conflict within the story right now. When I first thought of these scenes, I had always imagined them to be a little bit more friction filled and a little bit more testy in a way, and they're not like hitting that mark of they're not there yet, and I am trying so hard to keep myself from going back and just deleting everything and rewriting everything. But I know it's like, this is a first draft, this is the first time I've actually put these scenes on paper, they're gonna be different. I'm personally just not happy with the quality that's come out, and yes, I know it's a first draft. First drafts will not be that great at the end of the day, and the important thing is getting them on paper. So I just wanted to take a break, and I made lunch, I went got coffee, I put away some dishes and pulled out some laundry and stuff, and so I've kind of done some mundane tasks and thinking about it, and I'm just going to move on and I'm just going to keep writing. And I think I just needed to keep going. Of course, I have had multiple sessions between letting you guys know and letting you guys have an update. I've just been like really busy, so they have been squeezed in at really late at night where I am not really awake enough to speak, or random times in the day. So I just haven't had time to sit down and properly update you guys. But today is the first day that I've been feeling kind of about the scenes that I'm writing, and they're not up to par with what I feel like I've been expecting of myself in the scenes that I'm usually writing. I'm usually really happy with. So when I'm done, I'm at least very content with where they're at for this stage of the book. And these past couple, I would say like 3 or 4 chapters, I'm not very happy with, but at least they're written, and that's what's important. And I'm getting past the halfway mark of 100K, and even though 100K is not my end goal, I honestly have no word count goal for the entirety of the book, which is probably a mistake, but I will either underwrite or overwrite, and I will fix it in later drafts. So I'm trying not to give myself like a big goal. I'm just saying to myself, just write a couple sentences today. And that couple sentences that I told myself to do was the 56,574 starting point to the 58,107 words today. So I'm liking this thing of just sit down, write a couple sentences, see where that takes you. And that's usually at least an hour and a half of writing time that I can look back and be like, okay, I added a good amount of numbers. And yeah, so it is really exciting to keep adding it and seeing the word count go up and the page count go up. But I also know I'm like, I don't love these chapters, so I think I'm just gonna mark it and put a note on there to add more tension, add more conflict, and do that later when I'm feeling a little bit more up to it. Right now, I think I'm just really excited about adding this change, but it's just like a little tweak of where one character is going to be versus where they were. So we're going to kind of bring them into the current scenes. I'm just looking forward to that. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it yet. It's kind of one of those pantser scenes that just pops up and you roll with it, and those are exciting. So I'm hoping that will bring my mood a little bit more up and I can be excited again about this project. Not that I'm not excited, it's just I'm feeling a little bit defeated today, and I know that with time and with practice and it will work itself out, and the more I write, the better I'll get and the better the story will get. So I just got to tell myself to keep writing and keep going, and we will see what happens when I add this like new section. I do kind of want to plan it out just because my outline is very densely packed of everything that's happened is so tied to the plot at this point that I need to like sit down, look at my outline and compare what I had versus what I want to do. So instead, I'm gonna try to edit one video, try to clean off some space on my phone. I just need some time away from the project, and I will focus on figuring out where that switch up is going to happen while looking at my outline. So I think for now, I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure all this stuff out. And hopefully I'm able to figure out exactly where I want to switch up this. And it's really just a character was gonna stay here for this section of the scene, and I need to move him over here, but how do I get him from point A to point B and in that story and have his actions be a catalyst for what happens in a few chapters kind of thing. So I'll be sitting down and looking at my outline after I work on my computer and do some, editing of the videos and clearing some space on my phone for later. I'm gonna try to keep that story progression in my back of my brain as I work on these things. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the computer things while I keep that whole predicament of this character A being moved places when they weren't in those places previously when I did my outline. And I think it just goes to show that the more you work on your project, writing is an ever-changing beast that you struggle with from time to time, and that is okay. That is a part of the process. And as much as I'm telling myself this, I'm also telling you guys this. So if you have any bad days with writing, just know that it is an ever-changing process and it won't always be rough. You will have great days, you will have okay days, you will have mid days, you'll have bad days, you'll have no word days. That's okay. I mean, I've had them all. I've had no word days multiple days in a row, and then some days I write so much and it's a great day, but today I'm really proud of the amount of words I've gotten on page. I'm just not happy with the quality. I'm going to go ahead and start working and see how far I can get on this video before my computer decides to shut down iMovie. Technical difficulties out of the way. It's great. I love using it. It's easy to use. So So, okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Do you like my orange flowers? I love my orange flowers. And my red flowers and my yellow flowers. I love them. They're fall colored. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in a little bit. I was so excited to write today that I forgot to film beforehand. So in that case, I have a little bit of a good news. I got to 60,000 words. It's the next day, so it's the 29th of October, and I got so excited to start writing today that I totally forgot to film beforehand to give you guys an update. And yesterday I had stopped at 58,107 words, and so being so close to 60,000, my goal coming in today was to hit that and finish adding another 10,000 words to my manuscript. That being said, I hit 60,000 words and I'm really excited. So currently I'm sitting at 60,625 words, which equals 183 pages for my document. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy with it. I am really excited. I know if you have watched this far in the video, you've seen that yesterday I did write a lot, but I also was not happy with what I wrote, and today I'm feeling so much better about what I've written. I am enjoying the scenes that I wrote today. I finally figured out how I wanted to word something that kind of sets up a big part of the series of the book. So that was really exciting. My word stuff all written out, and I am just so thrilled that I finally found a way to phrase it that I like. And I know that is save that for line edits, but this was something that is so tied to the plot that I know I had a hard time moving on from things until I got it exactly right, exactly how I wanted to hint at things. And it's one of the big foreshadowing things of the series, so I just wanted to get it right for where the book is right now, and I feel like I've done that. So I'm just so excited right now. I'm so excited. I've been writing for a little bit now, about an hour, and I think what I want to do is get some food because my stomach is starting to grumble a bit, and it is almost 2:30, so I think I would like to eat some food. Gonna go make some food, and after that, I don't know exactly. I'm gonna think about it. I think I'm gonna finish one of the chapters I'm on, and then I would like to go and make notes in my document. The two things I really want to do today are finish editing my July Rimo video that I'm hoping to put up. Okay, three things. Put one of the videos up online will be my first one, which is exciting and nerve-wracking, and they've been ready to go for months, so I've really just been stalling myself. And three, I would like, since I have kind of skipped around in this book about what I have and haven't written yet, I would like to go back and just fill in where I need to write certain chapters and what certain chapters need to be written and that sort of thing, which is not as fun, but also I know it will be such a big help in the future because I've already done that in parts of Act 2, and getting to go back and fill in those chapters without having to figure it out in the moment has been so nice. So I would like to do that for Act 1, and I haven't really approached any scenes towards the end outside of I have written the epilogue, but that was a bit of a surprise epilogue, so that was really exciting. I've written some flashback scenes recently, and I've had a great time today. I've had such a fun time today. Even though I did not write the flashback scenes or the epilogue today, I did that a couple days ago around the 55, but now I'm at 60, so this is really exciting. Which is weird for me because usually the gap between 50k and 60k usually takes me forever, and so this has kind of gone so fast, and I am pleasantly surprised right now. But yeah, I just want to update you guys. I'm happy with the progress. It might not be my best work, but it's progress, and at least it's a first draft and it's getting down on electronical paper, so you know what? I'm okay with it. I am just gonna stick with it for now. It is the 30th of October and the sun is shining and it's raining and it's a very interesting morning outside. I don't have any more word additions for you guys. We're still at the 60,000 mark because I have to pack up all my books today, and I have to pack up my room. I'm currently going to be moving, so I'm gonna bring you guys along on that journey. And I have quite a lot of books. I have one of the tall off-brand Billy bookshelves, and I have two of the shorter 3-shelf bookshelves. So I will be packing those up and pretty much trying to put all my stuff in boxes today. So I don't know how many words I'm actually going to write today. The next chapter is not a short chapter, and it kind of leads into a very climactic part of the story. So I don't necessarily want to start it and stop it, be able to write as much of it as one go as I can, and I just don't have those hours today. That being said, I'm sure I can find a small thing to write somewhere in today. So that's the goal, but I do need to start packing because I have 2 days to kind of pack all of this and the rest of the house. So that is what I will be doing. I will bring you guys along for that journey. So let's get started. I am coming to you from my floor. I have an update, so I've packed one box, which didn't even clear out one shelf on my bookshelf. I have 7 of these half-sized Rubbermaids that I'm gonna try to put my nice books in, I guess. I wasn't thinking about it. You just saw me load a good chunk of the Cassandra Clare books, because you know, all of her books pretty much take up one shelf. So I only have 7 of these boxes, and outside of that, I guess I'm just gonna use those like reusable grocery bags, like the fabric ones, to put the rest of everything in. I don't know. So I recently did a count and logged all my books on an Excel sheet, and the total is 335, so it's a good collection. You know, I've thrifted a lot of books over my lifetime. Of course, like my Sarah J Maas ones are like prized possessions of mine because they're the original covers. So I obviously am going to be treating those rather nicely and putting those in a box. Of course, they won't be in a box for a long time because this is all going to be a pretty quick process. Hopefully a pretty quick move. I'm just trying to get them out of the way first. I think that is my plan because I have grown my collection since moving here the first time when all my books fit within these shelves, and I used to have more of these boxes. They've disappeared, so this is what I'm working with. If I can find any more of those boxes, perfect. If I can't, I got a backup plan, and you know, we'll see how many of those bags I have and we will just go from there. Yeah, so I think I'm going to pack up my Throne of Glass collections and for the best. So one bookshelf is mostly done. Outside of this stuff, I have 4 boxes filled in my room currently. The other 2 are out in the hallway, lids on, already logged into Excel just to make sure I got everything. So I am logging which books go in which box, which sounds like a lot, but I'm pretty much just copying and pasting as long as I know which ones are in which box. This is mostly because in the last move, I lost a couple books and I would like to know which ones. To this day, I know of 2, and I definitely know there were more with that box, and I have no idea where it went. This is why I'm doing it, because my books are precious to me, and I like to take very good care of my books, and if I ever find those one day, I know they're probably going to be in really bad shape, and it's going to break my heart. But for now, this is my system, and this is what works for me, so if I lose something, I know which one it was, what edition it was. I can try to replace it most likely. So yeah, I'm just gonna go log those onto Excel real quick and then pack them up. Finding stuff to pack this up because now I am out of boxes. So there's 5 shelves on this that were double stacked on some, so I feel pretty good about that. I have a whole 2 more bookshelves to go that, you know, are cut off. They're the 3 bookshelves, so there's a lot over there as well. This will be an interesting move. Okay, I have entered all those books into Excel, and I've currently packed 122 books, so got a good chunk. Minus 10 books off the first shelf. We're doing pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack my Iron Flame and like my edition of the Lunar Chronicles up in the next box, so I'm gonna start tackling my second shelf, and I will get to the rest of the books on my first shelf in a little bit. And all the ones that are left are hardback, so I know even if I put them in a grocery bag, I know they'll be safe because I'm going to handle them very carefully. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the last box that I have, and we will start with the bags. All my boxes are now packed and filled and missing lids, so that's fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and start packing my reusable grocery bags. So I'm gonna try to make that work and use as many bags as I have possible to try to fit them all in this so I don't have to buy any more boxes. But I pretty much have a whole shelf that has 100+ books on it because this shelf is completely double stacked. So there is books in the front and there are books in the back. So I'm about to have a lot of bags, so I don't think I'm gonna do that right away. I think I want to pack like the knickknack stuff on top, get that in like a actual box that I can tape up and move, and just kind of do some of that stuff with the boxes in my room. Okay, it's November 15th and I wanted to give you guys a little update. The move has been hard and fast, pretty much no day off for writing because I've pretty much been spent by the end of the day of just moving boxes and furniture and all that good stuff. So finished all that. I just got sick honestly the last couple days and I have been out of it, so I'm taking some time to recover and I'm reading, and I'm currently picking up my dog from the groomers because he got a little fluffy during his time with us moving. I love fluffy dogs, but my dog does not like being fluffy. He loves to be shaved. It's really funny. He's so much more peppier, so I'll be picking him up in a little bit. As far as writing, I did hit 60,000 words, and I can honestly not remember if I got on here and updated you guys or not, but it felt like the quickest 10,000 words I've ever written. 70 to 80. It always feels like it takes forever to write the 10,000 between 70k and 80k, so we'll see if I can come up with a thing to like trick my brain into not thinking that. But those are my updates, and I don't know why, but I have been getting flooded with Twilight content lately. I don't know what happened, if there's like a Twilight thing going on that I don't know about, but all this stuff has made me want to reread Twilight, which is odd because I haven't like read Twilight since Midnight Sun came out. So I'm starting with Midnight Sun because I've already read Midnight Sun only once. I have read every single word in this book. I feel like I'm justified in passing over some of Edward's meltdowns. So I've kind of honestly been having so much more fun this second time around because I forgot all the little things in it that I'm just like, okay, I'm going into it. I know he's like so dramatic, and so, you know, if you haven't read the Twilight series, Midnight Sun is Edward's perspective of Twilight. I feel like that is such a well-loved series and such a big fan group out there that most people will probably know about it. I guess all I was gonna say was, going into it, I know Edward's personality and how this book is going to be, so I'm not as like frustrated at his little grievances every single sentence of the day. But this time I've just been laughing and I've had so much fun with it, and it was kind of a fun book to read for me while I was coming out of being sick. So I'm still not fully there yet, but by the time I'm done, I think I'll be fine. I mean, I have been like laughing my butt off just reading Midnight Sun, which is something I didn't think would happen this year. I had no plans on rereading reading the Twilight series, and now I kind of just want to read them all because I've been having so much fun this go around. It's just been, I don't know, my fevered brain really has like Midnight Sun much more this time around. It's almost better on a second read, I think. But yeah, those are my updates right now. My focus is so shot right now. I think just with like the move, I haven't been writing, and so getting back into that has been a little tense. So I just moved houses, and through all of that, I'm still setting up things. I'm still getting my room set up. A lot of my stuff is still in boxes. It's been kind of a roller coaster to find writing time, and I'm blocking off this board because I wrote story things on there that I haven't written down on paper yet that I need to, you know, write in the book. So that's why I'm here, trying to block this board. Plus, I am so far behind. I'm really hoping that I really want to be able to do the videos, and everything is just so up in the air right now, and I'm waiting to hear back from a job and just trying to get everything sorted at once, and it's been crazy. Anyways, writing. I am currently sitting at 61,574 words. Here is what I wrote last time. Blue was the earliest color I could find. It was 61,121 words, so that's there. So I obviously haven't written that much. I feel like I was really starting to flow, and then I just hit a wall and stopped flowing. I know I'm getting to the end of this part of the book where things are really gonna start picking up speed. It's almost like when you get to a point in a book when you're reading it and you just want to like finish, you can't put it down, and I fear that's the point that I'm getting. And with everything so disheveled and chaotic right now, it's almost really hard for me to just sit down and concentrate when there's literal like boxes right here that need unpacked, and I still have boxes in the kitchen and the living room that it still need unpacked, and the kitchen needs organization and blah 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 and all that. And it's just like my brain cannot just like take an hour and not think about all the things that I have to do right now, and that's been really difficult during this transition period. I will say yesterday, the 17th, I started to write more, and we were in a long car ride, so I got some words in it, and it was so nice, and I just felt so relieved and like relaxed in doing that today I feel the same. And I finished up a little section of a scene that I was really excited for, and I wrote an earlier thing like at the beginning of the book today that I wanted to adjust the conversation of, and I wrote all that down and I rewrote that conversation, and it feels really good and really solid. And I keep jumping all over the place in this book, and that's not normally how I write books, but for this project it's weirdly worked out very well for the pacing of all this. I'm not expecting it to ever work. So when I go from like act 1 in this book to then writing in act 2 in the same day, like the end of act 2, I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm calm about it and it just works. The other thing with the act 2, I've been writing all the one storyline sections first, and I'm about to switch to the other storyline because there are 3 POVs in this book. Not that flip-flopping between each 3 bothers me. I know the voices very well for storyline 2. I have her voice down so incredibly well by this point that it's just the easiest to slip into. So it's December 5th, and I'm so excited to update you guys. It's been a bit chaotic lately with the move and everything, so the move went well. I'll just dealing with the tail end of all that with everything that comes with that. And I have a big writing update for you guys. So I haven't really gotten to update you guys in a while, so my word count has gone up because I didn't stop writing until I got sick. I am coming out of a sick illness, so I might sound a little different right now, but I'm currently sitting at 68,750 words, which is so cool. I'm getting so close to 70,000 words, and I kind of want to end this vlog. Don't know where it started at this point. Everything is just lost in my head, but I would like to end this vlog by the time I get to 70,000 words, so we'll see how long that takes. I'm really hoping I can smash that goal today and get it done. I'm hoping the next time you guys see me, it will be, hey, I did it, but we'll just have to wait and see with how much I can write today. Like I said, my brain is still a little foggy and everything is just kind of circling, and my brain is split between all the different projects right now, so I know my focus isn't great. Plus I do need to go to the store, and I would rather get that done sooner rather than later, so as soon as the hair dries I'm probably going to be out the door. But I did want to write for a little bit this morning and just see if I can kind of fix the tone of the last scene that I wrote a little bit. I'm not going back and editing, but I am still in in the same scene that I was. I will call this the alley scene. It has been, it's one of those scenes where it's like in your head you have it right, like it's spot on. Like I thought the whole dialogue out, I thought the whole like scenery out in a way, like everything surrounding them. I had it down, and then I didn't write it down, and then I lost it. So I'm doing my best. I'm hoping editing me will tackle this alley scene with much more passion than I'm currently at right now with this one. I just want to finish it and move on. That is where I'm at. I know I'll love it because it's such a fun moment, because I'm still fresh on I cannot believe I did not write all those thoughts down. Was I in a place where I couldn't? Yeah, but you know what? That's fine. We all drive sometimes, but I just was like, man. And I had some great lines in there, and now they are gone. So I'm doing my best right now to kind of bring that back. I think we've all kind of had those moments where it's like, I have the idea, I know what to do, and then it's like you weren't able to write it down right away. Then it's like, I had the idea and I knew what to do, but now I don't have the exact wording that I wanted, so now it feels wrong and I feel like it's off, and I feel terrible about it right now. And all the imposter syndrome kicks in, and then it's like, I suck at writing, and then you just spiral down. It was one of those moments for me because I was going so consistently, and then I don't know, between all of this chaos, I just didn't get it down, and that's okay. It happens, but we continue on nonetheless, or we try to at least. I wanted to give you guys a quick update where I'm at, and I'm so excited because I'm so close to 70,000 words that I can just see it. It's like one more chapter away, and then I'm there. So that is what I'm going to focus on today. I'm currently at 68,602 words, and I just hit 200 pages, which is so fun. So I'm thrilled, frankly. I never thought I would see the day when I passed 100 pages with this book, and now I'm at 200, and it feels just epic right now. I will say that this project has been such a slow, steady process over the past 2 years. While I do consider this a first draft, this is not really the first draft of this book. I had a lot of rewrites of the first act of the book. I rewrote it. I know I rewrote the first chapter. I changed it 17 times at least. So this book has gone through early revisions quite a lot. So when I say first draft, I have spent a lot of time reworking this story to get it to where it is today. For just sake of ease, this is the first draft of this book, and I will continue to call it first draft because this will be the first complete draft of this book once I finish it, because I rewrote Act 1 so many times, and I played around a lot with reshaping the end of this book. The characters, I had so many just rewrites of the characters' personalities and who they were at their core, and getting that right was so important to me before I kind of continued on with this book. So I really feel like I hit that finally, really know this cast of characters so well that the story has started to fly, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't struggle so hard. So now that I'm approaching 70,000 and I'm getting to the point where I'm about to start the third act, I am so just excited to get there. I'm so excited to write the end of this act where I'm at, and just this part of the story right before, it's just kind of one of those big moments right before we jump into the last stretch of this book. And that has been such a daunting idea that I've been building up and working towards, that right now it's a little overwhelming, but I honestly feel so excited about getting there, and I am a couple chapters away from that moment. So being able to see the end in sight of Act 2 and getting so close. Oh my gosh, I'm so close. And just I'm getting just so worked up about it, and just trying to get it right, how I have it in my head onto paper. It seems really daunting because it's a lot of action and a lot of big moments and a lot of catalytic moments for just the last big events for the end of the book are about to happen. So I think getting myself really psyched out to write those. I've kind of stopped writing these past couple days, and I have just sat down with my outline that I am so grateful I made. In hindsight, I think, you know what, no matter the project, I'm going to have some sort of out. And with this project, I sat down with my outline that I made in September, and I am proud to report that it hasn't really changed that much. I made a few notes, but nothing major, so yay. But I sat down with my outline and just kind of worked perspectives and the point of views that I wanted like each moment to kind of happen from. This book is multiple perspectives, so there are a lot of POVs, and I've kept myself to a strict 3 characters only, so just trying to plan it all out when they're all together and like sort who's gonna be seeing what has been like so fun, but I wanted to like nail that on the head before I started writing. I would say I need to go back in the act and write 2 chapters from perspective 2, and I need to finish out this chapter that I'm in from perspective 3. Then from there I will be in perspective 1 for a good while, and I will round out the act in perspective 1. So I'm really excited. I'm so close. So that's 2.5 chapters before I can kind of write this giant scene. I am expecting to hit 70,000 before then, so I will let you guys know, and I'm so excited. I think most of it just comes from all that struggle with this book and how much I made myself rewrite. I mean, I was in the deep end of the editing rabbit hole that you get kind of stuck in if you like keep going back and trying to fix it. And with this project, I could not move out of Act 1. So the fact that I'm almost done with Act 2, oh, I'm just so excited. You guys, I'm just so excited. So I think I'm going to stop talking and get back to writing because I've probably talked way too long about this. I will let you guys know when I hit 70,000, and I'm really hoping that will be today, as long as nothing happens. So I did hit my goal yesterday, and I hit 70,000 words. My total right now is 70,184 words, which is just crazy to me. I'm over 200 pages. It's starting to really click, and I have half a chapter left before I get to write the very last scenes of Act 2. So I'm so excited right now. I know I keep saying that, and getting to write the second act has really made me fall back in love with writing. So to me, this has just been kind of like a whirlwind of emotions. Getting towards the end is so exciting, so I will keep you guys up to date on the writing goals, the changes and everything. I don't have a word count goal specifically now that I've finished the 70,000. I will continue to write. Thank you if you've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching these past 3 months of writing, getting from 50,000 all the way to 70,000 words. It has been quite a mind-boggling 3 months for me, just with all the chaoticness that's going on in my life. But I wanted to thank you guys again for sticking to the end of this video. Like and subscribe and follow along on this journey to see how much I get written before the end of the year, because I am trying to at least finish Act 2. I would like to finish Act 2 before the end of the year, with the holidays coming up and family coming into town, and it is going to be crazy. So stick around if you want to see how all that impacts the writing. I don't know about you guys. How much do you guys tend to write over the holidays? I hope you guys have a great holiday season. If you guys plan on writing, or if you guys take breaks during the holiday season, let me know down below. I think I'm going to try to at least finish Act 2 before the end of the year, and before I say I would like to start Act 3, I'm going to just cut myself short and stick to small goals that are achievable, because right now that's just what I need to do. And I hope to see you guys soon in the next video. Bye!